What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, we're going to break down the debacle that was the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. I meant to have this up late last night. I was just way too exhausted after those streams. And I wanted to have some time to clear my head and really think about what just took place. Because this game was awful. The Giants lose 35-17. They get dominated in most facets of the game. The offense had some bright spots, and we'll talk on those. The defense, one of the worst individual defensive performances I've ever seen in my entire life. And before I get into the breakdown of the game and what took place and Pat Shurmur and James Betcher, if you're one of these people that bashes Eli Manning every time he sneezes the wrong way, if you're one of these people, do me a favor, just stop the video now. Stop it. Because I'm going to rip into you. I'm sorry. And some of the video makers, I'm not going to put out names, but I saw one video maker in particular that bashed Eli Manning, that said he's the worst quarterback on the planet. I'm going to bash into him too, because these people are out of their mind. And I get it, the quarterback's easy to pick on, the guy that's 38 years old. And if you're one of those people, be patient, you're going to see it. This team sucks. They're going to replace Eli Manning pretty soon, okay? And you're going to get to see Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. But let's get into the breakdown of the game. The defense in this game was lost. We come out, defense looks great. I think the Cowboys got one first down. We were able to hold them. I'm like, oh, all right, good start. They punt. Giants go right down the field. Saquon Barkley breaks up one of the most beautiful runs you'll ever see. Eli Manning looks crisp with the play action, the bootleg near the end zone. Evan Ingram, touchdown. Giants up 7-0. You're saying to yourself, whoa, maybe we're going to shock the world. And if we're being honest with ourselves going into this game, if you were realistic, this was a very inexperienced team going up against a very experienced one. A team with veterans, a team that's 3 years ahead of us in the process. The Cowboys were where we are now. Okay, and then they built through the draft. They built their O-line. They got their running back. They got their quarterback. The Giants, they're not there yet, right? Their defense, right? They drafted everything. The Cowboys built the team the right way. Giants are 2, 3, 4 years away from being where the Cowboys are now. We're being completely honest with ourselves. And it showed. Cowboys, after that, just absolutely manhandled us on the offensive side of the football. Our defense was completely mismatched. And some people are going to blame James Betcher. And I suppose James Betcher deserves some of the blame. But what are you going to do? The Giants are sending 6 guys at times, and the Cowboys are blocking it up. And the Giants had to be aggressive in this game because you saw what happened when they played in zone coverage. And what the hell is Antonio Hamilton doing out there? Who is this guy? This guy belongs on the practice squad. He goes for a tackle on a huge play. It would have been 4th and 3. You would have held him, I think, to 3 at that point. And he lets Randall Cobb stiff arm him to the ground as he goes to tackle him at his head. Football 101, you always go for the ankles. You go down low. And that was a huge play in this game on the defensive side. The coverage throughout the entire team. I'm not going to just pick on Hamilton. The whole team, everybody got smoked. DeAndre Baker got smoked on that touchdown. I expect the rookies to struggle. If we're being realistic, I expect that. Okay? But this was beyond bad. The first touchdown to Jarwin, there wasn't anybody within 20 yards. 20 yards, are you kidding me? It looked as if the defensive players were running away from the football. The defense was horrible. The pass rush didn't get there. And Dak Prescott, I always like to give the opposing quarterback credit when it's due. He was great. 158.3 perfect QB rating, 4 touchdowns, we get it. But it was like they gave him all the answers to the test. He knew everything before was going to happen. They made his job so easy. He made a couple of nice throws. He dropped it in the bucket down the sideline, hit a guy in the touchdown in the end zone with a nice pass. But overall, I could have been the quarterback in this game. I would have thrown 2 or 3 touchdowns. Horrible. They made Dak Prescott look like he was Tom Brady. And that shows a lot about this defense. Now, if we're being glass half full approach, I guess in 2007, the defense looked horrible the first 2 games, and then they learned the system and they got better. This defense is way too young to take those strides. They're going to get better throughout the course of the season. They are. They can't get worse. But it's going to take a lot longer than 2 games, I think. Next week, luckily, we're at home and we're playing a okay offense at best, but it's going to be a hard game to win. This defense is incredibly inexperienced. They showed you your flaws yesterday, and the secondary is bad. The pass rush didn't even get close to hitting Dak. And people are going to blame Betcher, and I get it. But bet your system is a blitz system, and when the blitz doesn't get home, you're going to get exposed. And there were plays where they're sending 6 guys, and Dak has all day to throw. I get it. The Cowboys' offensive line is world class. It's great. But these pass rushers got to do a better job than that. I mean, they didn't get close to pressure Dak the entire game. The defense was awful. Then on the offensive side of the football, they were pretty good. They moved the ball. They got yardage. I think they had 500 yards of offense. Eli Manning threw for 306 yards. How does Barkley only have 11 carries? How does that happen? He had at least 3, I think, in the first drive. He had 8 carries, I think, after the first drive. And he killed them. I think he ran for like 120 yards on 11 carries. He was smoking them the entire game, and he showed he was pissed off there at one point in that game, and he should have been. He's our only weapon. Him and Ingram. Ingram had a good game, too. He caught for over 100 yards. The offense moved the ball. The play calling in certain situations was as bad as it gets. I mean, you're 3rd and 1. You have Saquon Barkley. You're 3rd and 1. And they throw the football. They run the ball to Elijah Penny. What the hell are you doing, Pat Shurmur? And I'm not gonna be one of these people that says fire Pat Shurmur after one game, but that was a horrible performance in terms of play calling. We were gonna lose that game no matter what. We could have Joe Montana, Tom Brady at quarterback with that defense. We're gonna lose that game. And these people that are yelling and saying that it's Eli Manning's fault, are you out of your mind? The guy was 30 of 44, I think, against one of the best defenses in football, and it wasn't all checkdowns. Yes, he threw checkdowns. That's what a lot of quarterbacks do. They take what the defense gives them. And there was one point in the game where I was getting frustrated. I think it was like 3rd and 14, whatever, and he's throwing a 4 or 5 yard pass. I get it. Take a shot down the field, right? But at that point, the game was over. Eli Manning made some very good throws. He made that nice throw to Latimer on the sideline for about 30, 35 yards. He then escaped the blitz where the guy had him wrapped up. He was about to sack him. He got out of it. He threw a bullet down the left sideline for like 35 yards. Eli Manning played fine in this game. When you factor in the defense, this game had nothing to do with Eli Manning. And then I got to see people saying Daniel Jones came in and he looked great and he should have started the whole game. What the hell are you talking about? Daniel Jones came in. He went 3 of 3. Great. For 17 yards against a prevent defense, and he was doing the same thing that you complain that Eli Manning does every time he goes out there. He threw passes 1 yard in the air to the running back that was wide open, and then Daniel Jones proceeded to fumble. And I'm not bashing Daniel Jones. But to say this game's Eli Manning's fault and Daniel Jones should be in the game, are we watching the same contest? Are we watching the same contest? Eli Manning was 30 of 44 for a touchdown, over 300 yards against one of the top 5 defenses in football. Are we watching the same game? I mean, unless Daniel Jones could come in and play cornerback and safety, and he's better than what we got, he wasn't going to win us that football game. The defense lost us that game, and the play calling, the offensive play calling was awful. For Saquon Barkley to have 11 carries is ridiculous. This guy's the best running back in football, and he showed that yesterday. I mean, what he did against that defense and the limited touches that he had, he's insane. He's an incredible talent. He's a guy that we're going to build this team around for years to come, and hopefully Daniel Jones is too. But wait on it. Okay, he's going to play. Trust me, this team is not good. You're going to see Daniel Jones. But don't go out of your way to bash Eli Manning. I'll tell you what, this team, some of the fans, the way they treat him, we don't deserve Eli Manning. Trade him. Trade him. Give him a chance to win. Put him on the Jaguars because our fans treat him like trash. Like trash. And when he does bad, I say it. He did not do bad yesterday. That game had nothing to do with Eli Manning. Nothing. You're going to see Jones. Trust me, if this team keeps playing like this, you'll see him by week 7 at the latest against the Cardinals. Hopefully they turn around. Hopefully the Giants get better. We have some games in which we can compete, hopefully. Not if that defense plays like that. But next week we got Buffalo. I'll have a preview up on that in a couple of days, and we'll jump into it. But I can't lie to you guys. I can't be positive when there's very little to be positive about. The offensive line played pretty good. They opened up some holes for Barkley. They gave Eli decent protection. So that's encouraging. The running game, that we didn't use, and the offensive line. And Eli Manning looked pretty solid to me. The offense looked pretty good. The defense, we're not winning many football games with this defense. I'm sorry. We're just not. Unless they click overnight. And it's not, you got a lot of young players. It's going to take time. You know, it's going to take time. We got to be realistic, Giants fans. We got to be realistic. I'm going to go out there every Sunday. I'm going to root just as much as everybody else. I'm going to put my heart on the line just like everybody else. And I'm going to believe my team can win just like everybody else. But in the back of our mind, unless things really, really start to click with this defense, we got no chance. We got no chance to win more than 3, 4, 5, 6 tops. This defense has to get a lot better, and it's got to get a lot better real quick. And it's going to start next Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.